Hey, what's going on, everybody? So we're going to take a look at DraftKings stock, DKNG. I'm not going to get into the fundamentals. That's not what I do. I'm not a fundamental trader. What I am is a technical analysis trader. So I'm going to be using all kinds of indicators, all kinds of moving averages. I'm going to use all kinds of price action. I'm going to kind of look at the trends here. So as we know, a lot of small cap stocks have been taking a bit of a beating in 2021. It seems like these stocks are never going to find a bottom, and it's kind of like, when are they going to start to bottom out? So here's the thing. If you do want to look at the fundamentals on DraftKings, realistically, I don't really care about NFL season, the Super Bowl betting, and the numbers are going to be huge for the fourth quarter or the first quarter or this, that, and the other. That's all fine and dandy, guys. But the thing is that DraftKings is such a new company that technically they're not going to be profitable for at least another 2 to 3 years. So with that given, yes, they are going to generate a lot of revenue. However, they're also spending a lot of money on marketing and advertising. So it's really not going to start to catch up at least for another 2 to 3 years. So unless you plan on right now investing in DraftKings for the next 3 to 5 years, this video, you should not even be watching this video, because you should just be dollar cost averaging all the way down. Pretty much we're right here to the inception price, low price of around $18 to $22. Hope you kind of average down into this and now just kind of waiting it out. But for the people that are kind of holding this stock a little bit shorter term, meaning that, you've been stuck in the stock for the past year, possibly 6 months, possibly the last 3 months, and you're kind of wondering, what's going on with the stock. You're down a lot. You're looking at the P&L, your portfolio, feels like it's being crushed. Just hang in there. That's all I can really say. Hang in there. If you want to take your money, sell out of your position and go allocate that maybe to doing some day trading, maybe to doing some shorter term swing trades, kind of riding momentum plays, playing a little bit bigger stocks, maybe stepping away from some of these smaller caps. That's entirely possible too. But if you're not that type of person, you're not that type of trader, someone who wants to really, manage their funds on a day-to-day basis and kind of get up and, mark out all of these levels and control your emotions when it comes to day trading and take those quick profits and understand you're not going to hit the home run and you're just trying to hit base hits, so forth and so forth, then what you really want to be looking at here is, where can this stock go? Okay, so if we really look at it, if we talk about where can we possibly go, I have the weekly time frame pulled up here. We got an absolute low price here, wick of around $18. So between $18 and $25 is this bottom range here. If we were to lose $18, by all means, I would probably exit this trade at all costs, just take my loss and go funnel that money into something else. With that being said, looking at this weekly chart here, we are forming a little bit of a range here where we're kind of trading in between. We did crack below, immediately got bought back up. So what I'm looking for here on DraftKings, if you're currently in DraftKings in a vicinity between, let's say, $35 and $50, right? If you're in this range at all, which I feel like a lot of people are stuck in these ranges, because this is when we had a lot of explosive momentum, no follow through, a lot of explosive momentum, and then we come crashing down. A lot of explosive momentum, and then we come crashing all the way down. When we finally lost this neckline here, this is let me kind of make this a little bit more clear. This is a perfect head and shoulders pattern. And when we lost this neckline, this was your cue to exit, and that stock price was going to be around $50. So if you were buying in over $50, right? Your average price was over $50, and we lost this 50-day moving average. You had one of two things that you could have done. Okay, you could have hedged your position short by maybe getting some longer term out of the money call or put options and kind of just riding the wave all the way down until we close back above the 50-day moving average. You're just going to kind of continue to cycle these put options to hedge against your long positions, or you cut the trade when we broke this neckline. With that being said, let's get to current day, and let's say that you're still currently holding. Where do we go from here? Where we go from here is we're really going to need to break the $28.36 mark. I think that as soon as we can get over that $28.36 mark, we'll be reclaiming the 5-day moving average. We're going to have a pretty clear shot back up to $32. I'm still not going to get super bullish until we start reclaiming all of these levels of supply here. But if we're talking about a shorter term, we're talking about a potential swing trade. Let's say you want to start a position in DraftKings. Well, this is going to be your best risk to reward ratio, is starting a position somewhere down in this zone. Okay, somewhere down in this zone is where you want to be loading shares, buying call options, or kind of starting your position is down here. We don't want to start buying DraftKings as this, slowly creeps back up here. Next thing you know, we're at $50, and you're like, hey, everyone's talking about DraftKings again. The stock looks great, and we're up here, and then 1-2 months later, we cross this neckline, get rejected, and start to come back down and repeat the same old song and dance. So if you want to make money on this stock, this is where you want to potentially be loading. Okay. Now, if you're currently holding the stock and your average price is in this zone, you got one of two options. Okay. There's only one of two options. I wouldn't start start shorting and hedging your position with puts and a short position here, just due to the fact that I could see us chopping around a little bit, coming up, coming down, coming up, coming down, so forth and so forth. You're going to kind of just chop yourself all around. You can do two things. You can just sit and wait. Okay. You can sit and wait for the time for this stock to get back, and either do one of two things: cut your play and break even on the trade, or hold it, see if we can get over the 50-day moving average and start working back up towards some of these previous highs. Second, what you can do is, if you currently don't have a position, I would start a position down here and kind of use this $18 to $22 as a hard stop. Okay. Give yourself, let the stock, give it $5 worth of play. Let the stock kind of do its thing. And that way, if we do start coming back up into the 30s, then you're already going to start to be profitable. And even if we start to chop around and go sideways, once we reach kind of, more of the supply around $40 and then come back up this way, you've got such a fantastic entry for the longer term. So for those of you guys who are holding up here, sit and hold, or dollar cost average your way down into this zone. Okay. You don't really have any other options. If you are holding in the $30 range, let's say between $30, $35, $30, and $40, and you have not dollar cost averaged here, I would only give this play about 1 to 2 more months to at least start to make its way back up here. And that price would be anywhere between $32 and $35, 1 to 2 months. At 1 to 2 months, I would start to evaluate the situation and kind of see what the price action and what the stock is doing in another 1 to 2 months. At least let's get through the first quarter. But I really wouldn't want you guys to sell out here, and then 1-2 months later, we're kind of creeping back up this way, and you're like, man, I took such a big loss. Even if we do only get back up to $38 to $44 before we come crashing back down, you still would have been able to recuperate some of these losses if you're in this zone up here. I hope that kind of helps. Dollar cost average your way down if you believe in the company. By no means am I saying in 2022 that we're coming all the way back up to 74. I think this period of time was a crazy time in the stock market, and I don't know if we're going to get back to those times. But what I'm saying is that I definitely can see it coming back up here, kind of chopping around, and at least retesting the 50-day moving average this year in 2022. That price would be around $50 on DraftKings. So if you have a dollar average cost below 50, I think that you'll be able to either break even and or make a little bit of coin on this in 2022, and then you can kind of assess the situation and get out of the play at that time. It has felt like it's been a long time. Guys, it's not going to just, it can, but I'm saying it's not really just going to do this for the whole year. We're going to get at least another test back up. We might crack down here. The thing is that if we start cracking down below the $20 mark, $25 mark, and we come back up here and we start getting rejected now at 25 and then basing down, this is what you want to be concerned about. Okay. So as of right now, it's looking okay. I understand that, it looks bad from a big macro picture, but until we lose the $25 zone, come back and test $25, get rejected and start moving our way back down, that's when I would be a little bit more concerned. As of right now, if you haven't done anything, there's really nothing to do other than sit and wait it out. Dollar cost average down, or sit and wait it out until we at least come back and test $35 and $38. And then see what we kind of do when we get back up into that $35 and $38. Guys, I hope this helps. Do me a favor, come join my Discord. I'm live in there every day that the market is open, 5 days a week for at least 2 to 3 hours of the market open. Also subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that, so that way you don't miss any of my videos. Also give me a thumbs up. That helps me get my video out to more people. I would highly appreciate that. It's completely free to do those things. So just do me that favor. And I will see you guys all on the next video.